Today I want to praise the screenwriter Steven Zaillian for his ability to deliver exposition in a way that is almost unnoticeable. He tends to cloak information in drama, and when he does this, the drama ends up acting like sugar to help the medicine go down, and we end up learning the necessary information, but we're almost unaware that we've absorbed it. So I want to read through half a scene from The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo and then briefly discuss what Zaillian is doing so well. Exterior Wenger Estate, day. Wenger has ventured outside to show Blomquist around the estate. Smoke from chimneys rise into bitter cold gray skies, weather for which Blomquist, unlike the old man, is inadequately dressed. The island is owned by my family. Your closest neighbor is my brother Harold. Another Nazi, if you can believe it. 2 in the family. He's detestable, to put it nicely, but you'll probably never see him. He's a recluse. He was there that day? Indeed he was. Wenger's look to Blomquist adds, so consider him a suspect. He indicates another house on the grounds. That's his daughter Cecilia's house. They don't speak. Does anyone speak to anyone on this island? Actually, Isabella, Harriet's mother, who lives there. She speaks to Harold, which is one of the reasons I don't speak to her. Cecilia's brother Birger lives there. Who doesn't he speak to? You, probably. Not that you'd want him to. He can be just as unpleasant as Harold. I'm quickly losing track of who's who. Oh, how you'll wish it were always so. Soon you'll know us all only too well, with my apologies. So Wenger is essentially laying out the geography for the audience, but we're learning all this information through the eyes of Blomquist. So that's one level that helps disguise the information. But the other level that is more important is that all of this exposition is disguised in strong emotions, in Wenger's hatred of his own family. So these lines like, he's detestable, to put it nicely, but you'll probably never see him. That just completely distracts from the fact that he's just feeding the audience information here. To illustrate this point, imagine all of the emotive lines removed, and imagine Wenger just said, this island is owned by my family. Your closest neighbor is my brother Harold. He was there that day? Indeed he was. That's his daughter Cecilia's house. Harriet's mother lives there. Cecilia's brother Birger lives there. If the scene were just the exposition with none of the emotion, it would almost feel insulting to watch in a way. You'd feel as if the author was treating you as an idiot and spoon-feeding you information. But the fact that you're watching a man grapple with his hatred for his family completely distracts us. I think it's a fantastic example of how to disguise exposition. Exposition is a necessary part of screenplays, and it's often difficult to do well, and it's very easy to spot when it's done poorly. If you'd like some examples of how exposition is done poorly, I actually made a video essay comparing David Fincher's The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo with the Swedish version. And my argument is that Fincher's version is much better. One of the main reasons being Zaillian's script, I think, was a much better script. And in this same scene in the Swedish version, there's none of the emotion. Wenger's character is walking Blomquist around the island and literally just pointing to different buildings and saying, my brother lives there, my sister lives there, he's in charge of this, she's in charge of that, and it's boring and dry and has none of the drama that hooks us in Steven Zaillian's version. I'll link the video essay in the description below. The last thing I want to say is I just really like Zaillian's scene description also. It's so clear you can't possibly misinterpret it. If you're a fan of screenplays and you haven't read anything by Steven Zaillian, I highly recommend checking him out. He's a fantastic writer. Thanks for watching.